everybody. It's Georgia Reed, Managing Editor and podcast host at Cybercrime magazine, and I'm here today with Kim Hakim. She is the founder of FutureCon Events, the next generation of cybersecurity conferences. Welcome.
Thank you, Georgia. Thanks for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
We are excited to have you here as well. I just want to give a little background information about you yourself, Kim. If you could just tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your background and how you got into technology and specifically event planning and events for technology.
Sure. I just recently, as you mentioned, started FutureCon. It is the next generation of cybersecurity events. I, for the past 19 years, had a different company, and we were putting on cybersecurity events all through North America, worked with major industry leaders in the security community, companies from Sophos to Oracle to McAfee, IBM. Been working with all of them for the past 20 years and excited for this next venture with FutureCon. So I'm excited to be here today to talk about what we're doing today.
Congratulations. That's exciting, and we're really excited to be a part of that for you. So what is going to set FutureCon events apart from other conferences in the cybersecurity industry? Because there are a lot. So what is different about this?
Well, you're right. There's several conferences. I've been doing this, as I said, for the past 19 years. When I first started my past company, I was one of the first doing what we were doing in the cybersecurity space. That was back just before 9/11. And I've seen all these conferences, they're all over the place. You have them in every city, but we're definitely different. I'm working with some industry leaders in the cybersecurity world, Steve Morgan being one of them. He's a great asset to be on our team. He's helping us. He's going to be our media outlet for all the events that we're doing. I'm working with Steve Orenberg. He was the past CEO and president at Kaspersky, Sophos, Edgewave. So he's on my team as well. And we're launching 24 events throughout North America for 2019. They're one-day events. And they're just going to, there's so much to talk about. They're going to be doing so many different things at that event. And we're just really trying to bring all the latest technology and all the cybersecurity trends to the forefront at these conferences.
So 100% focused on cybersecurity, right?
Yes.
So if you can just give me a breakdown of the day at a FutureCon event, what can attendees and vendors expect for the day?
So the day is going to start out. They'll come, they'll have breakfast. We will have a couple of speakers, 30-minute speakers in the morning. One of the things that we're proud to be hosting at these events as well is we will be highlighting an emerging technology startup company at every event. They can come and talk to the attendees about what they're doing and the future of their company. And then every event we will have for our lunch a keynote speaker, and that'll be a local CISO in the community for all of our cities. And he will speak on what's happening in his world of cybersecurity and the battles he's facing. And the attendees are going to love that, because why would you not want to hear that from a CISO? So then the afternoon, we'll have a couple of more speakers, again, talking on all the latest cybersecurity trends that are out there. We will have a panel session in the afternoon that will consist of 4 to 5 panels. People sitting on the panel. We'll have some CISOs, some CIOs, it'll be a mixture of some other CEOs of companies, and then we'll wrap up the day with a peer networking cocktail reception from the last hour and a half of the day. So it's just a great one-day event that's going to be in 24 cities that I'm excited to start working again with all the leaders that I've worked with in the past.
So can you build on that? This is a mobile event. It's in 24 cities, one day. lunch and a happy hour, cocktail event type of thing to wrap it up. So there's a lot of networking. What kind of attendees can we expect?
Well, the attendees will start, the attendees will be as high as the CISOs to the CIOs, and really those two groups, their senior team. We're, with the speakers that we're going to have in these events, we know that that group of people will want to come and attend this event.
And how are you going to get outreach to the startups to highlight the technology startups at the events?
I'm working with some of the people that I'm working with in the industry, especially Steve Orenberg and Steve Morgan. They're working with a lot of people, the startups. I mean, we've already had startups reach out to us that would love to highlight their new company on the platform that we're building.
Oh, that's really fantastic. I know you said that there is going to be an app that's involved with your event. Did you want to talk about the app at all?
Sure, it's super exciting. FutureCon, we're launching our own app that is going to be available in December, so right before our first events. This app is going to be a great tool for not only us, the attendees. It will have a community that we're going to be building in this app. So one of the things I found from the past company that I was running, we would always have an evaluation at the end of that conference, and we would get the feedback from the attendees. We weren't back in that city again for another year, and by the time that next year rolled around, that information was no longer relevant with the trends of cybersecurity. So this app is going to start building a community that the attendees, they can see who's going to be attending, which is going to be great, and they can talk to each other through this app. We'll take a lot of polls through the app. We will try to get the input of what the attendees would like to see. They'll know who are coming in a month or 2 months, and they can give us the input of what problems are they having? What would they like to come to this conference? What can we help them out with? And then we can send that to our speakers so the speakers can curtail their presentations to the needs of the attendee. And then it doesn't just rest there. Afterwards, now one of the biggest complaints I've heard from the past company that I had worked for is with the evaluations, the attendees really wanted more networking time and peer time to talk to their other peers that are facing problems. So now this community is still there when we leave. It gives them an outlet for all of the attendees to still communicate with each other and continue the conference on really in a virtual place after we leave.
So it's physical networking as well as, building this community on this app.
Exactly.
The proprietary app. So what the keynote presentations generally at these cybersecurity conferences, what do you think makes for a great keynote presentation?
Well, our attendees, we're definitely not going to have them sit through PowerPoints all day long. I've done that in the past. The attendees would come because they need their CPE credits or whatever credits that they need. So we want to make it more interactive. So our keynote is definitely someone that is going to have more of a, I don't know what the word would be, maybe evangelistic personality that can engage with the attendees, and they're not just sitting here watching slides and watching a PowerPoint. Definitely a community leader in their market. And we do have a few of the first ones already secured, and we'll let the element of surprise of who that is come after this interview. People can
after
go.
The official launch, which is coming up very soon for you, right?
Right.
And the best keynote that you've ever heard?
Well, one of my best keynote speakers he's been around for a long time, and his name's Stephen Gates. He's actually working for Oracle right now, and if you ever look him up, it says he's an evangelistic keynote speaker for cybersecurity. He has just been one of my favorites because he is engaging for just the person that, it's a long day. Technical stuff does get dry. He keeps it exciting, but yet he's covering the points that the attendees like to hear.
And we can expect a lot of thought leadership at
Very
these
much.
FutureCon events.
Very much.
And what about the vendors who are sponsoring or exhibiting? Are there vendors? Are there going to be tabletops, displays, or booth setup? What's going on with that aspect of it?
Yes, we'll definitely have vendors. We'll probably have about 20 to 30 vendors that will be at each of these events displaying their products, their latest technology. We'll have lots of time for the attendees to go over and visit the vendors, see everything that they're doing, and this is a great time for them to showcase their products as well.
Do you have any advice for vendors on what works and what doesn't work when they're exhibiting at an event like this?
Well, the most important thing is just to be interactive, be exciting. Don't be a vendor that's sitting at your table looking at your laptop and not really acknowledging what's going on. I've been doing this for a long time and I've seen many vendors do that. And the show is not going to be great for you if that's what you're going to do. So I would encourage any of my client sponsors, if you're going to send, representation from your company, I would make sure it's somebody that has the knowledge of your product. And then, the key people are a sales engineer and a salesperson. I think those two people make a great team and they must be interactive and fun. It's all about learning and having a good day.
Okay, and it sounds like if there's 24 events and they're local, we can expect people coming from the local area for these. Is that how you designed it? I mean, and talk about how that's going to benefit the industry to keep it localized.
Well, we have, they are local events. There's always the big events. There's always the Black Hat and the RSA. I think those are necessities that you have to go to. But these local events, it provides the CISO or the CIO or the CEO to let the security team go to a local event that's not going to cost the airfare, not going to cost the hotel, the cost. And it's just a great way to bring all the latest information happening in the cybersecurity world to that local market.
And so if it's 24 events, how many people are you expecting for each event?
Well, typically, because this is a very targeted audience of the CISOs, the C-level executives, his senior team, the people that are in the trenches dealing with the problems, making the decisions. So typically about every conference, we would probably have anywhere between 150 to 200 people attending. So that's roughly.
So it could be an upwards of 2,500 people each year who could be networking with each other.
Yes, and that is another thing I didn't mention on the app is that for every city, everyone in that community, it'll eventually become a big community. It'll still be segregated by city, but if you want to reach out to somebody that's in a different city that is similar to your company, we're going to allow you that communication with that person.
Well, this sounds like a great way to network and meet people and, learn about some cutting edge tools that are coming out. It was very nice talking to you today, Kim. If you'd like to leave our listeners with any, advice about where they can learn more or what to expect.
Sure. The company is officially, our website, it actually has launched. You can go to our website at FutureConEvents.com. Everything, is launching October 1st. Our first event is going to be in Atlanta on January 16th. We're going to be at the Georgia Tech Conference Center there in the tech community. So we're excited about that. And everything else is on our website. And I look forward to seeing all my old friends and people that I've worked with in the industry for the past 18 years. I look forward to working with them all again.
Yeah, and Cybercrime Magazine will definitely be at the Atlanta event, and we're really looking forward to that and covering it in our media.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. We're excited.
Us too. Thank you, Kim.
All right, thank you.